Hi, I'm Shauna, this is Shauna's World. Welcome back to my channel where I make videos about living intentionally. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Shauna's World. It's the Lakeland 50 today. I am so excited, so nervous. I've cried maybe 3 or 4 times over the last 2 days, just out of sheer nerves and just all the emotion completely getting overwhelming. I'm in the tent now, just getting ready. The coach goes to the start line from the campsite in about an hour. So the camping is at Coniston, and the people who are running the 100-mile run a loop, it's a 105-mile loop from Coniston. And the people running the 50, like me, we take a coach to Dalmain Estate and then run back 50 miles. So I'm just getting all ready, getting sun cream on, getting Vaseline on, making sure I've got everything I need. I've done all my kit check. I'm here actually with my friend Marie from my running club, and she helped me pack all my bag and get it really organised. She's gone to the start line already, and I'm going to see her there, and I just have last minute prepping to do. The Lakeland 50 and 100 runs every year on the last weekend in July, and I was lucky to get a ballot place. It's known to be one of the most welcoming and inclusive races in the UK, with the 50 miler being seen as a great beginner's ultra due to the long cut-off time of 24 hours. Travelling to the start line on the coach, my mind was slightly blown that the drive was 90 minutes, so not insignificant, and I'd shortly be covering all that on foot. Okay, I'm getting ready to start. It was supposed to start at 11, it's 11:15 now and it hasn't started. Some of the buses were late getting in, but the atmosphere is incredible. I'm really overwhelmed, getting really tearful. There's flags everywhere for all the countries and lots of queer flags around, which just makes me so happy. It's been raining all morning, it's just stopped. I think I'm going to take my waterproof on. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to start with it off or on, because I don't want to be faffing too much. Waiting at the start line for the race to begin, I was overcome with emotion. Not just for myself, but for every single athlete there who'd fought battles or overcome things to be able to race. I thought of my own journey, deciding to do this race when I was in bed recovering from emergency surgery, unable to run, setting the goal of running 50 miles. Then a whole host of health issues throughout my training. And I know my story was just one of the thousands of runners out there, each just as important, just as significant. Making it to the start line is often the hardest part. Over the start line, the course starts with a lap of Dalmain Estate, which I completely didn't realise. When I pulled it up on the GPX, it was only coming up as 44 miles, and I was like, oh, maybe it's one of those 50 miles that's pretending to be a 50 mile but it's shorter. But no, it's because there's a lap of the estate first. Okay, stay positive, stay strong. There's a massive hill right out of the start, so basically I'm already walking and already had to stop and put my waterproof on, even though I'm only 1 kilometre in. And just a flag, if ultra running is new to you, hiking is very much a normal and accepted part of racing these distances, unlike in road running. Okay, I'm starting to find my rhythm a little bit. I kind of realised I wasn't really taking in my surroundings at all. I was just in the zone. I've had some foot pain since the start of the race, and nothing I've had before in training. I hope it's just kind of nerves and psychological. I'm trying to keep my attention off it. Yeah, about 3k in now, so still an awfully long way to go. Okay, about 8k in, when we looped back round Dalmain Estate, I saw Marie and Abby from my running club again, which was great, real boost. I'm feeling really mixed. I'm just going to focus on feeling strong. Definitely had some wobbly bits. It is really beautiful out here, and everyone's really friendly on the course. Despite being predominantly a really rural mountain race, there are a few pockets going through towns, and the atmosphere was electric. The only thing I love about road running is how the crowds can make me feel like a bloody celebrity. And this race has enough of that to get a huge buzz, but mainly you're off-roads enjoying breathtaking views.
Okay, I'm just over 12k in, which means nearly 70k to go, but I'm trying not to think like that. I'm just breaking it down aid station by aid station, and it's about 6k to the next aid station. Okay, coming up really close to Howtown aid station checkpoint, the first checkpoint of the run. I need it, I'm hungry. I've been hungry since the start, but I've actually been feeling really strong the last few Ks.
Each of the aid stations has a different fun theme, hence the volunteers rocking French flags and berets here at Howtown.
Bonjour!
Bonjour.
Okay, it's kind of chaos, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get some food because I'm really hungry.
Montane, went back, came to a big snog, and I was like, oh my god, we're friends.
Okay, I got some sweets, I got some potatoes, and I got some pickled onions, which is such a good shout. They're going down really well. Checkpoint was utter chaos, so the only other race I've done with aid stations before was the 50k I did a couple of years ago, and it was all very spacious and wonderful. It was really well organised here, it was so busy, didn't know what I was doing, but got in a bit of a flap and I didn't have enough hands to take the things I wanted, and then I wanted to go back and get a flapjack after I got through the food bit, but then there was a queue. My hands were just really full by that point, and it started to really rain again. Now, I'd hoped it had passed for the day, but we're going through a really stunning bit now, and it's about 9 miles to the next checkpoint.
This is where the views started to get really spectacular. As someone from the south of the UK, coming to the Lake District feels like an epic holiday because the views are so striking. I feel more like I'm in rural Scandinavia than my home country. It's lucky it's so beautiful, as this bit of ascent goes up Fusedale, which is the biggest climb of the 50 miles.
It's been quite a climb and still going. I think I've been climbing for over an hour. It's killing me. Honestly, after all that uphill, I thought I'd never be able to run again. I was so tired, but now there's some descent and I'm feeling really good, feeling strong again, and back to running. So I'm about 5k, just over, from Mardale Head checkpoint, the second one. This section's been really tough, a lot of unrunnable terrain. There was a bit we were going through the ferns and it was just single file. Everybody was walking and it was going really slow just because it was so muddy. Everyone was sliding around because it rained a lot last night, and then all the 100 runners, well not all of them, but a lot of the 100 runners have been through already. I am still feeling strong though.
I felt such a sense of joy moving through this stunning part of the Lake District, and so excited approaching Mardale Head checkpoint because I needed food, I thought I might be getting blisters, I'd need to tape up, and sorry for the TMI, but my bowels were threatening me and I was more excited by the prospect of a portaloo than is normal.
I was much more relaxed at that aid station. I kept my camera away as well, but for the most part because I think trying to film and get everything done was too much. But it was really much needed, and I had a jam sandwich and 2 cheese and pickle sandwiches and lots of water. Is Kentmere, and it's only about 10k to there, but it's a lot of ascent, not as much as the last section. The last section was the most ascent of any of them. It's about 580 metres this portion of the run. I'm not feeling good at all. I keep having to pause coming up this hill. Not even halfway yet. the sun's getting lower in the sky and I've been totally unaware of the passing of time. Usually I have my audiobooks in when I'm running, and I downloaded about 7 audiobooks, but I haven't had my headphones in at all. Just been present, enjoying it, kind of soaking up what's going on around me. It's only about less than 3k to the next checkpoint where I'm going to have a bit of a longer break. I'm having some chafing issues, not so bad, but the problem is I can't open my Vaseline. It's one of the little tins. My hands are so sweaty that I can't open the tin, and if I can't do that, the chafing's only going to get worse. So I might see if I can get someone to help me at the next aid station. Physically, I am finding things hard. My feet are hurting, the chafing obviously, but mentally I'm feeling really strong. I'm nervous about going into the night. I haven't done any night running, a little bit of night hiking. So it's quite daunting going into that, not knowing if I'll even be able to run, if I'll be able to see in front of me enough to run, or if I'll have to hike the whole way through the darkness. Which is why I really wanted to get as much running in the earlier sections as possible, but a lot of it has been quite unrunnable. But all I can do is my best, just see what happens. Okay, coming into Kentmere checkpoint, 43k in, just over halfway, over marathon distance, and feeling pretty strong, but yeah, have to do that all again. So the plan at this checkpoint was to eat some hot food. I really don't feel like a proper meal, but I know I'm going to need it going into the night, so I'm going to try my best. Okay, Kentmere aid station done. I had some pasta and sauce, which didn't go down very well. I had some coffee, which didn't go down very well. Made me gag, actually. Although I think the caffeine will do me good. I managed to get the first aid person to open my Vaseline, and then did the very undignified thing of like Vaselining my inner thighs and crotch in front of like a room full of runners. The next checkpoint is 12 kilometres away at Ambleside. I'm going to get running in a second, just letting it all digest. I don't want to get nauseous again like I did after the last checkpoint. Oh, wow, I feel really all over the place, but mentally feeling strong.
This was a slow climb, but the only serious bit of ascent of this section. After that, it got a lot more runnable, and I was really keen to get as much running in before it got dark, because I really didn't know how I'd adapt to running with a head torch and if I'd really be able to see my way properly. It was also a gorgeous sunset, and I was starting to feel pretty good.
I'm feeling really good. I've had a massive second wind. I'm on 51k, which is the furthest I've ever run or walked in a day. I've had quite a runnable stretch behind me, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Yes, my feet hurt, but I've just got this burst of energy. I'm feeling better at 51k than I was at 30k. I was kind of not sure how I was going to get through it, and actually I was saying to my coach before, going from 50k to 50 miles is such a step up, and I'd get to 50k and be like, oh god, I've still got 30k to go, and I was just going to break it down checkpoint by checkpoint. But now I'm actually feeling, oh, I only have 30k to go. It feels really manageable. I'm so adrenalined, had quite a bit of caffeine, which I'm not keeping down very easily. I'm gagging every time I have a caffeine gel or a coffee or something, but it's helping me. I am nervous about going into the night. It's getting dark. Okay, head torch is out. It's not completely dark yet, but it was getting hard to see. It's actually, yeah, not so bad. Probably won't film that much through the night because it just doesn't come up very well on camera, but I'm feeling a lot better now about going into the night.
Coming through Ambleside, the atmosphere was very special. It was a Saturday night, people were coming out of pubs and restaurants offering somewhat tipsy support. I was utterly thrilled to see my support squad extraordinaire Marie was there unexpectedly as well.
Shauna! Yay! Come on, Shauna! You got this, Shauna! I'll see you at the finish! You're looking super good! Enjoy it!
Okay, I'm at Ambleside checkpoint. I'm going to tape up my feet. I meant to do it at the second checkpoint, and then I forgot when I got there, and then by the next checkpoint I wasn't feeling anything, but I've definitely had a blister on at least one foot, and I think it's ruptured, so I'm going to try and stop it getting infected and cover it up. That was a really good aid station, but actually I feel a lot worse now that I've stopped. Took my shoes and socks off, taped up my feet. Had some food, had some coffee, but I've come out, I'm cold. My feet actually feel sorer now that I've taped them up. I put more Vaseline on. The chafing's quite bad, and yeah, had my first wee in 8 hours, which means I'm dehydrated because normally I wee about every 45 minutes when I'm not running an ultra. But I did get wonderful messages from my loved ones. I told my partner I'd love a message, and she told literally everybody, and I had like 19 messages. Such a boost to see them. So I think it's 12k to the next checkpoint, and there's only 2 checkpoints left before the end. 25k to go, 24k. Let's do it.
After all the fear about it, I really enjoyed running and walking by torchlight. I could see better than I expected, and I just always tried to have someone in front of me for a sense of security, and I would zone out and keep moving.
Okay, I'm coming into Chapel Style checkpoint. I'm going to try and be quite quick in this one because it's been really long in the last 2, and I'm just going to get food, fill up water, that's it. Well, I was in and out of that checkpoint in about 3 minutes, and I kind of regret it. I just had some watermelon and 4 custard creams, just wanted to get through, but now I kind of wish I'd had some coffee. Chafing has suddenly got really bad, like really sore. I think I'm going to be hiking the majority of the rest of it. 15 kilometres to go though. Oh yeah, and sorry I keep going back and forth between miles and kilometres. It's just because it's a 50-mile race, but my brain and my watch work in kilometres. I'm about 3k, maybe 2.5, 3k from the next checkpoint, and it's been a real sufferfest for the last little bit. I'm struggling a lot, but I'm actually mentally still very positive, but physically my body is so battered.
The final checkpoint is Tilberthwaite, where every runner leaves a donation for childhood cancer in memory of a young boy, Jacob, before climbing Jacob's ladder. You also get a toasty here.
I'm really struggling. I've got heartburn, I've got sore feet, I've got chafing under my arms, but my body does seem to be structurally sound. It's just all the skin that's rubbing everywhere. Just a final push and I'll be there. Oh, the sun's coming up.
This final section had some pretty runnable bits, but I just couldn't run. I was in too much pain, and even walking was hard. I was disappointed about that, but also super grateful to be experiencing it at all. Never in my life have I simultaneously experienced so much struggle and so much joy.
I'm in a lot of pain. I'm really struggling. I'm still feeling really positive in my heart, but my body just isn't keeping up, and I'm suffering. I am suffering. I really want to be able to run across the finish line, just run the last bit as well as I can. But the way my feet are hurting, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but hopefully when I see the finish line, I'll get another wind and be able to power through. Thank you. Oh, I did it.
The Lakeland first finisher, Shauna Fallon, first time finisher.
Thank you.
Well done,
so much.
Just put it there.
Thank you.
Well, that ended abruptly. I stopped filming when I crossed the finish line and didn't film any of the awards or any of the aftermath. I was in pieces. I had the beginnings of trench foot, my feet were covered in blisters, my body, everywhere was so chafed, but I was really happy, really happy. It was not only one of the best runs of my life, well, the best run of my life, the best race of my life, one of the best days of my life. It was a really special time out there and just an opportunity to be a bit grittier. I would say day to day, I'm not a very gritty person, and this gave me a chance to really put it to the test because it was something I really cared about, and it made me able to be gritty. My only goal had been to finish under the cut-off time of 24 hours, so I was thrilled to finish in 17 hours and 47 minutes and first in my category, which I was really pleased with. Okay, I was the only person in my category, but we won't talk about that. A few people have asked me if I would run it again. Absolutely, it's a fantastically organised race, but I'm not going to enter the ballot for next year because I want to run different races and different distances, and I love variety, and I think I want to focus on a 100k. Definitely not ready for 100 miles, and you need a qualifying time for that anyway, and I want to go a little bit longer than 50 miles on my next run. But in terms of the day and the organisation and the volunteers and the team, yeah, I would absolutely do it again. So I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope you suffered much less watching it than I did when I was making it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!